Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about the sharpness of resonance. In the last class, if you remember, we talked about the resonance. Today we will talk about the sharpness of resonance and what is the meaning of that. Now, if you just remember, then we talked about the amplitude of the current in series LCR circuit, which was given by Im. I'm just writing the expression for the amplitude, which was given by Vm divided by square root of the Z actually, but I'm writing it in detail. For example, say xc minus xl whole square. Now since there is a whole square, it doesn't matter I write xc minus xl or xl minus xc. So for my own benefit, I am kind of going to write it as r square plus xl minus xc whole square. Okay, so let's consider this to be equation number 1. Now I hope we remember that xl is the inductive reactance, which is given by omega l, and xc is the capacitive reactance, which is given by 1 upon omega c. What is omega? Omega is actually the driving frequency, and in resonance we meant that whenever the driving frequency matches up with the natural frequency of oscillation of the circuit, in that case we get a resonance condition, and the condition of resonance is that xl must be equal to xc. That means the inductive reactance should be equal to capacitive reactance, or in essence we should get this condition to be valid. Now let us write this omega to be omega naught, so to denote that omega naught is the resonant frequency, all right, or the frequency at which the inductive and the capacitive reactance becomes equal, means this condition is satisfied. Okay, so this current is the maximum current when omega is equal to omega naught, uh, and that is the resonant condition occurs. So that means at resonance condition, this particular expression takes a different form. And what is that form? That form is given by Vm upon square root of r square actually. So basically we are going to get it to be Im is equal to Vm divided by r. What is the meaning of this? The meaning is our circuit behaves as pure resistive circuit at resonance. It doesn't take into consideration the inductances, the inductor and the capacitor. That means capacitive and inductive reactances are simply nullified. All right. Now, for the value of omega other than omega naught, the amplitude of the current is less than the maximum value. That means if I hope we all remember this particular diagram, that how actually this maximum current varies with omega. Now this side we plotted omega and this side we plotted the current, maximum current rather, Im, and we found a graph which was like this, and this particular value at which the current becomes maximum is known as the maximum of the maximum value of the current. So I in a sense can write it to be I max max. All right. So this is the region of omega naught. That means when omega becomes equal to omega naught. Okay. Now our perspective in this case, when we are dealing with sharpness, that how sharp is this particular rise. For example, whether this particular area that you consider is small or large. For example, if for a particular circuit I get this graph to be like this, in that case it is very easy for us to understand, if the question is which one is a sharper circuit, it is very easy for us to answer that this one is sharper, this one is not sharper or less sharper. So how do we get that perception? We get that perception just by considering the width or the width of this particular zone. Here in this case the width is larger and here the width is less. So what we consider instead, we will consider or analyze this width whenever the current falls from the maximum by 1 upon root 2. Alright, so we will analyze this particular thing at a point where the current falls off from the maximum value by 1 by root 2, and what is the frequency difference. That means we will just put a straight line down. We consider this to be say omega 2. We will put another line down. We consider this frequency to be omega 1. Then this difference omega 1 to omega 2, or rather omega 1 minus omega 2, will be the bandwidth. And if bandwidth is smaller, then the resonance happens to be sharper. Now naturally, comparing these two figures, you can easily imagine that if in this case this is omega 2, this is omega 1, so bandwidth is large. So the circuit where the bandwidth will be large, sharpness will be less. The circuit where bandwidth will be less, sharpness will be high. Now our central goal is to increase the sharpness, not the bandwidth. All right. Okay. So in this case, suppose we consider a value of omega for which the current amplitude is 1 by root 2 times the maximum value. Then at this value, the power dissipated by this circuit is half. From the side figure, I mean this particular figure, we see that there are two such values of omega, say omega 1 and omega 2, as already I have shown in this figure, where omega 1 is greater than omega 2. Okay. And also omega 1 is greater than omega naught and omega 2 is less than omega naught. So incidentally, we can write omega 1 to be is equal to omega naught plus something, and let us write that to be delta omega, and omega 2 to be is equal to omega naught minus something, let us write to be delta omega. Now what is delta omega in that case? This particular width, one single width, is known as the delta omega. So there are two delta omega values over the bandwidth. All right, so if somebody asks what is the bandwidth, it is 2 delta omega. Okay, so let us start from the next slide in a methodical way. So we will write the first expression omega 1, which is equal to omega naught plus delta omega, then omega 2 is equal to omega naught minus delta omega. So this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2. Our aim is to find the value of delta omega. Now the difference omega 1 minus omega 2 happens to be equal to twice delta omega, and that is known as the bandwidth. Okay, so the details of the calculation will be obtained from my note, which I will share in your classroom. The quality or the quantity omega naught divided by twice delta omega, this particular quantity is regarded as the sharpness parameter, you can say, or it is a measure of this sharpness. This is a measure of the sharpness of resonance. Okay, so the smaller the value of delta omega, narrower is the resonance. That means sharper is the resonance, as it is clear from this particular image. Now we will now like to analyze the maximum value of the current at omega 1. All right, so what we know, the maximum value of the current Im is given by Vm divided by square root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. So since we are analyzing the result at omega 1, we will like to write it as omega 1 L minus 1 by omega 1 C whole square. Now you remember perhaps what is omega 1 and omega 2. Omega 1 is something little higher than omega naught, slightly higher frequency than the resonant frequency. Omega 2 is slightly lower than the resonant frequency, and omega 1 and omega 2 are symmetrically distributed about omega naught, where the current Im falls off by 1 by square root of 2. Okay, I hope this part is clear. So since Im is equal to this at omega 1, so this can also be written as the maximum value of the current Im max. It falls off by square root of 2. So that is why these two can be taken to be equalized. All right, and if it is so, what is Im max? Im max is obtained the maximum value of the current, which is obtained at resonance condition, and at resonance condition the value of the current is given by Vm by R. So square root of 2 into R. All right, so basically what I am going to do, I am going to equate between this and this. So Vm divided by square root of R square plus omega 1 L minus 1 upon omega 1 C whole square that's equal to Vm square root of root 2 into R. Vm gets cancelled. We get, let us write it directly, means reverse it and take a square. In that case you are going to get it to be R square plus omega 1 L minus 1 upon omega 1 C whole square, that you are going to get it twice R square. Okay, what I have done, I have inverted it and taken a square on both the sides. So twice R square here, R square here. If you take it on the right hand side, you are going to get omega 1 L minus 1 upon omega 1 C whole square equal to R square. So now take a square root on both the side. You will remain with omega 1 L minus 1 upon omega 1 C, that's equal to R. So this is an equation that we have obtained. And let's consider this equation to be say 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now, what I am going to do, I am going to put in place of omega 1 the equation number 1, omega 1 to be equal to omega naught plus delta omega. So if I do that, I get omega naught plus delta omega L minus 1 by omega naught plus delta omega C, that's equal to R. Now, what I can write instead, I can take omega naught common, so that I get 1 plus delta omega upon omega naught minus 1 upon omega naught C 1 plus delta omega by omega naught, that's equal to R. Now we know that 1 upon omega naught C, what is omega naught? Is a resonant frequency. So at resonant frequency, the inductive reactance and the capacitive reactance are equal. So we get omega naught C, 1 upon omega naught C to be omega naught L. So I'm going to write it like this. So omega naught L 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus, here I am going to write it to be omega naught L 1 plus delta omega by omega naught, that's to be equal to R. Alright. So next what I am going to do, I am going to write it in this fashion. Omega naught L 1 plus delta omega by omega naught to the power minus 1, that's equal to R. That means I have inverted this thing, this factor which is in the denominator. So I have inverted it to be to the power minus 1. Why I have inverted? Because I can explain it or I can expand it in binomial form. So in binomial form, if I expand it and just consider the first term, in that case I am going to do it, I am going to get 1 plus delta omega by omega naught minus omega naught L 1 minus delta omega by omega naught. There are other higher order terms present here. That means there are some plus dot dot dot, there are higher order terms, but we are neglecting the presence of higher order terms. Alright, I have considered only the first term in the expansion. So if you have any doubt, please revise the concepts of binomial expansion, which actually says 1 plus x to the power n can be expanded in the form 1 plus nx plus n whole into n minus 1 divided by factorial 2x square plus dot dot dot, cubic terms, quadratic terms, those things will be there. Alright. So I have done it little direct here, and from this expression I can easily see that omega naught L plus omega naught L whole into delta omega by omega naught, then minus omega naught L minus minus plus omega naught L delta omega by omega naught, that's equal to R. So omega naught gets cancelled from both these sides, and in fact omega naught L and omega naught L also will get cancelled. So you will remain with, I am writing it on the next page, you will remain with something like that implies twice L delta omega, that's to be equal to R, or in a sense delta omega will be equal to R upon twice L. So we had to obtain the value of delta omega, we have obtained it. Now if we know the value of R in the LCR circuit, if we know the value of L in the LCR circuit, we can easily find the bandwidth. How? Because bandwidth is given by 2 times delta omega, or rather it is given by 2 times R by twice L, which is equal to R by L. So if you just take the ratio of the resistance upon inductance, that is what is going to be the bandwidth of the circuit. Clear? Now the sharpness of resonance, because we have already come across a parameter which is given by omega naught upon twice delta omega, that is what is known as the sharpness parameter. That's, I can write it definitely to be, because twice delta omega equal to R by L, so it's going to give me omega naught L divided by R. This is what is going to give a sharpness, and this is known as the quality factor. In short, we call it to be Q factor. So quality factor means it determines the quality of the circuit. If it is sharp, it is going to be of high quality. If it is less sharp, it is going to be of low quality. All right. So relation between bandwidth and quality factor. How do we relate the bandwidth and the quality factor? So from this particular thing, we get that omega naught divided by the bandwidth. I am not writing it twice delta omega, rather I am writing it as bandwidth. This is equal to Q. So or I can write it to be Q. Let's write it in a different way. Bandwidth to be is equal to omega naught upon Q. Okay, so that means if the bandwidth is high, quality is going to be low, or rather vice versa. If quality is high, bandwidth is going to be low. So you need to design an LCR circuit in series for which the quality factor is high or the bandwidth is low. How you can choose that? In order to make bandwidth small, you have to choose a large value of the inductance as compared to the resistance. So resistance you have to keep it small, inductance value you have to, or coefficient of self inductance you have to increase, so that the bandwidth is less, and if bandwidth is less, automatically the resonance occurred in the circuit will be high. All right, and this larger the value of the Q, the smaller is the bandwidth, and hence sharper is the resonance. So for a less sharp circuit, the current is close to resonance for a larger range of frequencies, and hence the circuit is less selective and tuning of the circuit will not be good. For example, if you are using a less sharp circuit, so for example TV tuner or a radio tuner, that the tuning you will get a lot of difficulty in tuning. Why? Because your bandwidth will be high, and for a larger range of frequencies the resonance will occur. So that means a sharp value or a peak value or a central point at which the center or TV center or radio center is getting tuned will be not available. You will receive the signal from a corresponding to a larger frequency range. So you will not get a good quality. What you will get? You will get a less quality. Quality will be less because the bandwidth is high. Over a large frequency range, you are able to receive the signal from the particular station. So that is something you do not want. That is why you want to reduce the bandwidth, all right, and you want to increase the quality of the receiver, all right. So that is what about the sharpness of resonance and its importance in tuning. So I hope the mathematics is very clear and not very critical or tough. Please follow this lecture along with my note, and if there is any doubt, please let me know. All right, so thank you for today.